Can we live in hallowed times? Give me Dreadway. It's a 20. Oh my god, it's a 21% chance. 21% chance that we hit Dreadway. Therefore, meaning that every single one of these is 4 damage. Oh my god, we hit. Hello, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel. Again, another deck for you today. This one is actually a really funny concept. It's really stupid because we are trying to do the Riptide Rex using concurrent timelines into Dreadway. It's a 21% chance, so it's nowhere near like the 60% chance that Lentros was, but the comedy of it happening is still too good not to do a deck on. So this is the time to get Rex deck. As I said, the name of the deck is Time to Get Rexed, because we are working with concurrent timelines, which once played makes it so the first time that you play a follower, it transforms into another one. And the primary goal here is that we want to be changing Riptide Rex, who is an 8 cost, upon his plunder. So obviously you want to be activating his plunder. We'll do this widget cannon barrage of doing 6 of these shots, doing 2 damage to widget to units or to the enemy nexus if there are no more units in the way. And you want to be changing that, or trying to. It is a 21% chance that it will change into Dreadway, which doubles all the damage done by skills and widget damage dealt, meaning that all of those will be doing 4 damage or 2 damage to the enemy nexus if it is hitting in. And it was just too funny not to make a deck upon this concept. As I said, it's nowhere near as powerful as the old Ledros combo, but let's face it, a lot of people end up getting very annoyed with the Ledros combo. It was quite a polarizing thing for a number of people, so this is definitely a more fun way. But bear in mind that it's not only good for the Riptide Rex, so not only good for the Dreadway, the actual fact that we can go in and not only get, which is a Dreadway, but Farron with that Overwhelm big boy stat line. We've got Grandpa, yet again, Overwhelm and Spell Shield, which is obviously not as good with the health pool, but that Overwhelm is still good. Stairs is not the best, but it's still an 8/8 unit. We've got like some fearsome units in here, yet again, not as greatly stated. I mean, I guess you're an 8, which is 8 stat line, but fearsome, not the best, but there's still okay things to get. We've got Terror of the Tide, which depend on how many cards you've got left in your deck, whether or not you're deep, but it will be doing a negative effect to your opponents when attacking forward in terms of the fact that it's minusing them by 2, which is very nice. Obviously, Dreadway is the one you're going for. Infinite, which is Infinite Mind Split. It's just a big ass 8/8 dragon who can, like, who's got Fury, which is not a bad thing. Leviathan, actually either Dreadway or Leviathan are great picks. Both those ships do a lot of things, so obviously you've got the Overwhelm on here, but also just that free damage hitting in at the start of the turn is devastating, and also could be a potential activator for a second Riptide Rex on the next go. So actually, like, really good to get that. The other ship, Sejuani ship, is not as good. It literally is a 7/7 which does nothing. You've got Crown Guard in there with Tough, which is not too bad with the 8/8 stat line, and you've also got the Ancient, who is a challenge with regeneration. So those are your options. It says a 21% chance that you could get Dreadway, which is what we're after, but a number of those options are good coming off the Riptide Rex, so it doesn't just have to be that. It's very important to remember that. But let's just get back into our deck, as it were. But obviously, Bilgewater's already, like, I think that people already know the combos that can be done with concurrent timelines and Bilgewater. There's a number of really good options, like you've already, like, the magnificent one is obviously Marvolio, the great magician, who upon playing him, he will transform somebody into a random 5 cost, but then he can go into a random 4 cost rather than having that 2/2 stat line. We've got the Submersible, who, as long as you play 10 different cards, number 1, you'll still be getting that draw, but number 2, if you play 10 cards, it will be changing into another 5 cost, and then boom, getting that 4+ stat line, which is a devastating effect. We've got the Citrus Courier, which if you hit into the opponent's core, calls that plunder to rally, and then it changes into another 6 cost, is still good. So there's a number of really good options. I've decided to pair this with Ezreal because champion wise I just felt like he was the better fit for this. Just the idea that obviously you want to be getting things in with Riptide for plunder, and the fact that obviously all of those count as targets, which help Ezreal level up very quickly if you've not already leveled up Ezreal by that point, because we've got things like Make It Rain, which counts as free targets, which, like, I can sometimes near to half his level up. we've got like a static shock, a couple of mystics and whatnot. Basically, we just want to be doing damage into the enemy nexus to make sure that we're going to be activating Riptide Rex. Admittedly, we could have made this into potentially a Teemo deck, so you could have put Teemo in for that initial early game bursting, which is like the attack in and starting to get mushrooms in your opponent's deck. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad shout. I've just decided that for this one, I really wanted Ezreal to be my which is like a man who I was working with this. But literally, you could make this into a Teemo deck if you wanted to hit that plunder on both counts of Citrus Courier and Riptide Rex. But I don't know, Ezreal to me just made a little bit of sense. It's been a little while since I've really made an Ezreal kind of like thing, so and admittedly I've got other plans in the line for Ezreal, but I just really wanted to get something out there with him on. So I hope you enjoyed this deck. Bear in mind, people, that obviously if you didn't know already, shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter and Instagram, you can catch me over on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, as well as the fact that obviously you can join the Discord link down below if you want to join the lovely community of people that we're making in there. We have got a monthly games night and movie night that's run in that Discord, so if you want to get on mic, watch a terrible film together or play some games, that goes down in there, so the options are there. And plus, just it's a very friendly community. If ever you've got any questions, if ever you're like, I want to make a deck involved with this, or if you just like have an idea for a deck, there's definitely people in there who can help with concepts and try to help you flesh out things. So honestly, I would recommend definitely joining the lovely community that we're building over there. But as well, just thank you all for the support. As I was saying, like anyone who comes over when I'm streaming and goes, oh, I saw your YouTube videos and so I've come over to the stream, it honestly is such an uplifting feeling. So thank you all so much for the support. I do have an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers on followers/subscribers on YouTube and Twitch. And I said YouTube is just smashing through getting subscriptions every day. So honestly, thank you all so much. Like this, as I said, this channel would be nothing without you and the lovely community that we're building around it. So thank you so much. Anyway, enough without further ado, let's get in and see how this deck does in a couple of matchups. What we can do here, we pass going into Ezreal, because basically if we hadn't, then we wouldn't have had the mana to be able to play his Mystic Shot. So the Sun Disc, the improvement to this guy and the fact that he actually does 3 rounds is actually massively big. I don't think people realize how big that is. He's actually already a well-statted unit for a free cost, and the fact that he's now just makes that Sun Disc so much more like viable. And I definitely will be making an Ascended deck which has him in. Don't you worry about that. At some point in the near future. But honestly, yes, it's all good. It's all gravy, baby. I mean, we pass? Potentially throwing down Croaker just to have a defense. I mean, obviously, if they've got a way of making Ezreal vulnerable, they've already got... timelines! If they've got a way of making Ezreal vulnerable, they've already got that, so they can already... That's what I mean. If they had that already, Ezreal was already dead. I might as well just accept that. Try to go with the kill on top of it. A true Benolian welcome! Could go with additional points of damage. I'm willing to wait, because technically right now this is a potential activator for Riptide Rex when we get to Riptide Rex. So I'm willing to wait. We throw down our concurrent timelines, and actually now start so we can go with Coral Creature, see what the hell we get. We are nearly halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer when it comes to you, the Submersible. I guess we need units which actually are going to be at least somewhat defensive against Renekton. Because admittedly, the quicker they level Renekton, the Sun Disc is getting there. I'm not going to lie. The scariness of the Sun Disc getting there is a thing. We could throw you down, hope that we get a 4-attack unit. So here's what we do. We throw you down. Technically, you're still... That's good. I'll take this. We don't get anything because nobody's died, or like even if they had died, this is a transform mechanic, so you won't get the lifesteal and tough out of this. But what we can do is we can say good day to you, sir, as we now immediately go with Renekton. I'm trying to take you to the graveyard with me. I want to keep you back because that trade-off that doesn't really work. So there we go. We send one of the Egyptian god cards to the graveyard. We now have got a Mystic Shot that can deal with you. Predicts are coming out. We're getting closer and closer to the Riptide Rex move. It's okay. We can get there, people. Just believe. Oh, shit crap. Renekton, of course, returns. He returns to me like a terrible frisbee. Like a terrible boomerang. He comes back. I'm thinking to myself, like, we're going to be taking a lot of damage in here from this. Do we want to rummage? rummage these two things away. See what we can get in terms of the fact that, like, we can get closer and closer to that. That's a good unit. This is actually not a bad unit to throw down because it's a nice stat. Marvolio! Good attack stat. I mean, to be fair, this we don't get the life steal, but it's a good health stat and attack stat, so it's one of those things just makes you think twice. Makes you think twice about the situation. Ah, you go with the out, because obviously we then could have gone with either Make It Rain, Mystic Shot, or Stack to be able to kill their Egyptian God card, so let's just stop that trade from happening. We're getting closer and closer to Riptide Rex, but admittedly their Sun Disc is getting closer and closer as well. The Sun Disc is becoming potentially big boy problems. Big boy problems for me. I want to consider start to throw some shrooms in their deck, because if we can throw some shrooms in their deck, it means that could potentially be an activator for... So we kind of want to leave ourselves on some mana, because basically we want to at least keep Mystic mana so we can Mystic Shot their core, but we still want to develop as well. We could just throw Jerry out at this point, or we could Make It Rain, just so that we're doing a bit of damage in... I'm willing to accept that. Doing a little bit of damage in. We're getting those targets that will help Ezreal, as well as the fact that we then go into next turn. I would have loved to have developed, because if my opponent develops, I feel like I need that counterplay development. We live in Halloween times! Ah, we hit! So, Riptide Rex. Riptide Rex can immediately activate. Riptide Rex activate. Potentially. I mean, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. We hope. Can we live in hallowed times? Give me Dreadway. It's a 20. Oh my god, it's a 21% chance. 21% chance that we hit Dreadway. Therefore, meaning that every single one of these is 4 damage. Oh my god, we hit. What? I mean, the chances are 21%, but we went from Riptide Rex, boom, directly into Dreadway. Send the Egyptian god to the graveyard right now as we do significant damage to the other side of the field right now. Oh, the hourglass. They hourglass him. It's okay. I can wait. I can wait another turn, Crocodile Man. I can wait to send you to the Shadow Realm in the future, my friend. So, oh my god, double Renekton! Okay, not gonna lie. Squeaky bum time. Squeaky bum time. Initiate. What we can do, we can still throw you in front of this. We can still throw a Mystic Shot. I mean, I guess the Mystic Shot's gonna be going into core. Why am I considering anything else other than, well, the Mystic Shot's gonna go into their core? So, we just want to save ourselves that additional couple of health points right now. Obviously, Renekton, we already know that they have got at least like some form of Siphoning Strike. They've already used 1 Siphoning Strike. This is going to be 2 damage. It's going to be 4 damage. So, we are but 1 damage away from lethal at this point. We could go with you, because it gives us an extra point of draw, and that extra point of draw might be critical. We'll see what we get. Meow, meow. Oh, Ezreal! God, Ezreal might save the day. Ezreal, you beauty. I mean, are you ready? Are you ready to see some cinematics? Let's do it. Let's do this. As we see the cinematics play out of boom, smash, Renekton. But that's going to discount that. But I feel like if we see... Oh my god, it doesn't actually count if it's a double one. It has to be 2 different champions. I wasn't sure how that interaction works out. Good to know. Good to know that it doesn't work out, that would just immediately level up that Sun Disc. Okay. I thought you'd never ask. I thought you'd never ask, because we immediately go with Ezreal and then we got the Mystic Shots everywhere. Sun Disc! Sounds dangerous. Sounds dangerous. As Ezreal goes in, boom, we can now immediately go in with this. Actually, wait. Oh, because of the submersible. I was wondering where the hell did you get your stat. All of the Sun Discs! So, we could even go, we don't even need to throw that damage into their core. We can let the Dreadway go off of the secondary one, as well as the fact that we had other spells. We had Jerry Rig, we had Noah Mystic Shot, we had we had all the options. GG, buddy boom. GG. Okay, so obviously a really aggressive elusive deck coming in here with Teemo and Zoe. So expect potential suit up. Like, part of me is honestly considering keeping the Static Shock. I should be just like trying to throw everything away. But okay, I've got a Mystic Shock, I've got a Static Shock. I should be trying to find timelines as quickly as possible. But against the deck that we're against, I felt I need those spells. Plus as well, those target spells will help at least with what you get leveling up Ezreal. So it's okay. If we see Teemo, Sparklefly, yet again, still an elusive. Still elusive that can be dealt with. Willing to do it. Still leaves me with two statics now, by the way. 2 statics. And a Make It Rain. I can wait. I'm willing to wait. But it looks like they've gone with a really elusive deck / like shroomy deck just to go underline. Like, potentially this could be a deck which runs spell, the 8-cost spell, which basically gives +8 in hand, like the Targonian spell. Mystical Levitation. We've got to immediately go with that. We've got to immediately open with that. Still leaves me with the Make It Rain move, which still gets rid of both of them. We've still got the stat, and actually, that's just 2 extra that's just, boom, massively helping out Ezreal right now. That is working perfectly for my deck, because you are basically allowing me to get 4 targets. And there's the concurrent time. Ah, that's pretty sneaky. That's pretty sneaky. So they've got the Teemo in on me. We do still have a stag, but now obviously we've got the ability for buffs. Riptide Rex potential coming out as well. So part of me is considering playing Ezreal. Obviously our opponent could have a number of removal. That's why like I'm considering not going with it. Maybe timelines. I feel like I'm willing to go with timelines now. I know that obviously once we like activate Ezreal, this would technically count, but it's a slow speed. We're against PNC, which is got a lot of removal, so I'm willing to wait it out. We could go in with Petty Officer here. We've still got the Static Shock, obviously, but we know that they've got a number of counterplays to that already. But let's go in with Petty Officer, going into a 1-cost. Who are we gonna get? Senna's not actually a bad shot. It demands respect. Like, that's the thing we've said, like, the quick attack, demand of respect. We want to be trying to find, like, you know, some form of mystic, or at least, like, having a leveled Ezreal on the field before going into this move. Like, we need like, some kind of spell. We do have a Rummage, which technically, so we can get rid of Coral Creature, and, like, hopefully something else to be top deck. I mean, immediately go forward here. Immediately go forward here. That Senna out of nowhere, actually quite a devastating thing to get. So, willing to accept this trade-off. That's fine, because you still go. So, that is, what you need to remember is that is a Power Cascade that they're using that is 1 less to protect Teemo. They've already used 1 Power Cascade, and so it's 1 less to be able to protect Teemo, and that is important, considering the fact that we've got a Static Shock in hand. Because all it takes is 1 target, and we level Ezreal. So, we can just target Teemo if we want to, and then go into there. We could defend this spot, but I'm willing to accept going down by 3. Obviously, they could have suit up, another Power Cascade, a number of different buffs that like could, there you go, suit up. I thought we might see it, but it was worth a go. Worth a go. The shrooms are starting to go in. There's another Riptide Rex. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, we have at least leveled Ezreal, which is good. At least leveled Ezreal. So we could start to throw him out. More so just because he's leveled. We have got another one in hand as well. We have got another Ezreal in hand. That's why I don't feel bad about this. So what we kind of want to be doing is we need to at least go into... So next turn, we need to make sure we at least keep some spell mana back. So number 1, we can either just activate Ezreal for a spell to activate Riptide, or giving me the option to obviously just Mystic Shot directly into the core. Kind of want to see what we get off of this, and then whatever spell we get, not the best options, but I'm willing to take you just because, like, it gives it, which is it's just like, ooh, counterfeit copies. Do we just make more Ezreals in this deck, or do we try to that like now just go for just making like loads of Riptides just because, just for banter's sake right now? Willing to accept the sacrifices that might be made here? I'm willing to accept the sacrifices that might be made here. Okay, so could make more Ezreals, but my heart tells me let's make more Rexes. The deck is called Time to Get Rexed. Let's make more Riptide Rexes from the random counterfeit copies that's been given to me. Okay, all we need to do, all we need to do is throw Jerry. All we need to do is throw Jerry, which then means boom. And now we throw out the Riptide Rex. Go on, Dreadway, it's a 21% chance. We don't find the Dreadway this time. We do not find the Dreadway, but I will take Crown Guard right now, and that is a lot of damage. Boom, 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 boom. Immediately going in. Zoe still lives. And we've got more. But wait, there's more. Actually, that was actually their Teemo. So even though they were losing Teemo, because I mean, actually, no, does he survive this? He only took two. He's only taken 2 shots, so he does actually survive this. But we do have another Mystic. We do have another Mystic shot / Ezreal, which can actually technically remove that from the field of play. So it's not the worst. Can they defend him again? That's got to be the question right now. Can they defend him again? So we do have the other Mystic. Part of me's like, I feel like I have to throw Ezreal in front just in case. Because if this doesn't pan out and they've got some other buff, or if they had some other buff, that's 7 damage and also doubling the shrooms. I can't afford to take that. But we had all the Rexes going for us for days. We were perfectly fine. Okay, so Kindred Elise. So this is, I'm assuming, the original Timelines deck, but then, because obviously this used to be the original Timelines deck, but now Ledros no longer goes into Dreadway. So you no longer have that combo anymore. Is that deck good enough without it? It might be, because it could just be the atrocity finisher off of Ledros. I'm just trying to work out whether or not that's... I mean, we're going as it is. We've got Timelines, we've got Ezra, we've got like an Urchin that can at least do some good things here. So I'm thinking to myself, do I just want to go with this move directly off the bat? Marvelio, the magician! So we want a timeline. We want a timeline, and then just hopefully just see what happens. Make It Rain is like, you know, Make It Rain's got a good target in the Spiderling. We start the timeline off. We start the timelines! We know that we've got to Make It Rain. We know that we've got Marvolio, the Great Magician. We've got Ezreal. I'm willing to pass here because I kind of like, there's no point in me going forward because it's just a perfect trade for them. So I would honest to God consider this. I don't really want to, but I could consider it. I will let it pass. I will let it pass for now.
The world's a big
but obviously, they could have removal. They could have removal. Like, there's definitely loads of different types of... Yeah, okay. The box! Such big boy removal. So, on the plus side, we can still... Marvolio, the Great Magician on top of this. Let's see what we get from the situation. Let's go, Marvolio. What have you got for me today? Marvolio himself could just immediately turn into, I guess, like this great statted unit. I mean, so the spider just dies instantly anyway. Obviously, it's not the best because we will still be doing damage to the spinner. But it's still really good statted unit. Really good statted unit, and we could... I mean, we immediately go forward because any blocks that they do... Like, admittedly, yeah, we don't do the damage, but also we'd be killing their stuff. Nicely done. Nicely done! But, you know, like, we're killing their stuff, and then, yeah, I will live with that. I will live with that. I don't really want a Marvolio on top of this. Riptide Rex coming at me. I feel like we want to throw Coral Creature down, going into potentially Arachnoid. I do want to go with you just so we can force that 5 damage in elusively. I kind of want the option to Marvolio, whoever I'm going for here. We'll go with you. We'll go with you for banter's sake. Another timeline. Not that it means anything. So, with more timelines, right, we immediately go into this attack. just because we just want to be forcing in that 5 damage. Trying to force them to do any form of removals, because obviously, yep, they run like Vengeance and many moves such as this, so willing to accept that. The 1 damage which has gone in, we now throw Marvolio, the great magician, on top of this. Okay, Marvolio turns himself into Marvolio. No, we're turning him into a 6 again. Oh, the troll man just doesn't want to stop trolling. Troll man, be trolling. It's perfectly fine. We're getting 1 turn away from the Riptide Rex move right now. We're halfway down the submersible. Could see a Kindred drop right now. They're willing to wait. Weirdly enough, I'm willing to just go into the attack first. I'm willing to go into the attack first before I should technically probably wait, but I'm willing to go into the attack first. Force their stuff down, see what they develop into. They choose not to develop. So we want to go like this so that we can activate the Riptide Rex, removing their board state right now. Obviously, they could have a Ruination. The option for Ruination is very much there. Oh, imagine, I mean, we'll take Farron, but I'm imagining we would have got, because that would have been legitimately 12, like actually, because it would have been 12 damage, because it would have been, every one of these would have been turned into 2 damage. So yeah, they go killing that. At least it wasn't a Ruination move, so we still keep our board while still doing a lot of damage into our opponent right now. So it's not bad at all. So many timelines. There's Ledros. Okay, so I'm expecting it to be a what's his face finisher, right? There's got to be an atrocity finisher, because that just makes sense. That there would be an atrocity finisher. Admittedly, I think I need this more for the draw aspect right now. We could just turn this directly back into a submersible to keep the elusiveness here. But I feel like we need the stats. I feel like the stats are important. Could Marvolio the Great Magician, but there's really no point in doing that. Might as well remove Ledros from the field of play, because now it just means we can immediately go forward, and we've got damage. Immediately just go forward. They've got no defense. They've got nothing to immediately atrocity on their side of the field. So might as well go in, because obviously I was thinking it was going to be Ledros with atrocity, but them actually destroying him meant that there was nothing on the field of play for them to be able to do the atrocity. We can now Mystic Shot their core. It's not in the spirit of what the deck is, but weird to see whether or not they can do anything about this. They might have some heal moves, because obviously, yeah, like Withering Well, so they can still keep themselves alive. Still keeping themselves alive at the moment. Can go with the submersible. Can go with the submersible, because that's the thing with it right now, is that it feels like they're just holding on. Submersible into submersible. We're going with Screeching Dragon. Okay, so we've got a Static Shock, which will give us more draw. I suppose that would obviously help with Ezreal. Part of me's thinking, throw it in so that their core is down, because if we just keep trying to pop at that, pop and pop and pop. So, okay, they're going with that. We also can do that, you know. Just want to pop and pop and pop. Obviously, they could use a Glimpse, just because now we're still in Mystic range. Ezreal's here. He's not leveled, but it's okay, because we've currently got board superiority. They haven't played their ledge. I mean, technically, I should have just Mystic their core right then. I should have just Mystic their core, because they could not have had the mana to stop what was going on. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done, and immediately regret the fact that I didn't. But it's okay. There's Ledros, the King's Shield. So now we immediately do that. We should have done that at the end of last turn. We gave them an extra chance of thinking time. But Shadow Mode to my opponent. Shadow Mode indeed. We got through it. We didn't get what we wanted, but it's still got a victory, so it's all good. Why is there always an Egyptian God card deck? Every single time we record, there's always an Egyptian God card deck. Okay, it's okay. We could actually keep one Make It Rain for if they get a 0 and start getting those Sand Soldiers. At least Make It Rain will be hitting a lot of targets. I mean, obviously we want to be trying to find timelines, and we want to be trying to find Ezreal and definitely things that are going to be like knock him off the field of play, but it's okay. We'll go with this. Timelines, we found it! It's just, we've got a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary. But on the plus side, at least they haven't developed too much. But that deck can be deceiving with how quick it can buff up. And honestly, I really want to expect to see an Ascended deck soon. because I really do want to play an Ascended deck. I do like the idea of it, and with the buff that they recently got off the latest patch, I'd be very happy to play one. We could go with either of these two options right now. I'm more inclined to go for the static to keep this option open for Riptide Rex with full mana on 8. So I'm more inclined to go for that option. I want to see if they play anything else. Because if they play maybe another one of these guys, it would leave more the option open. I mean, I guess I want to do this just in case they've got some kind of buff. I'm willing to accept the trade-off. But obviously, Marvalio, the great magician, will be going into the Urchin. So maybe I was a bit reckless there of the Urchin's life. They've got nothing but landmarks going for them right now. But we want to go with Marvalio, the great magician, to work off of this to make you into a random, would you get random find? Because let's go. Let's go, 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 go. Riptide Rexes for days. It's just get into that move. Okay, what do we want to turn you into? So, I guess this has Overwhelm. Ta-da! Ooh, a jeweled, which is like a jewel protector. So, 7 damage. What are they going to do about... Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. So, I'm thinking to myself, what I could do here is I could actually technically go forward with you. But I kind of want to keep... the Make It Rain option open for Riptide Rex. But we could go forward and have that as an option, right? Oh wait, I might end up regretting that move that we could have just gone in there with getting his health stat down immediately, but I shall wait and hope that I don't end up regretting that decision to wait. So, I am willing to... I mean, that is big, and that is immediately his level up as well. That's very big, because that's obviously going to advance that sun disc a lot. So, really well played. Really well played. That's a lot of overwhelm damage, and like they could just beat the crap out of me through the overwhelm. I really do need to find some answers. Do need to find some answers right now, and I don't seem to be finding any. So we could go with this, but it immediately gives them... I mean, obviously he's going to be just going... Now he just gets free attack regardless. It's not the best health stat. But obviously this means that we're helping them out. But it is damage which is going in, which like potentially elusive damage which is going in, which means that we could potentially Citrus Courier. We're nowhere near our Riptide Rex move, sadly. But there is the potential of Citrus Courier there, so that's why I have to consider that option, right? Okay, how close? Ezreal's years away. I'm willing to go in with this. Strike me. I really wish that we were on the Riptide Rex move, or at least close, or that we had any form of damage spell right now. I wish I had any form of damage spell right now. Let's see what we can turn you into. I mean, a 7/7 who cannot be targeted by different things, or do want to go with... I guess the 7/7 is the better statted unit. This would give us more options in terms of if we drew damage spells. I guess we take the 7/7. I guess we'll take the 7/7, please. Gives us the rally, so we get to go forward again and start to try and like pound some pressure. And if we can do some damage in here, potentially the Make It Rain move becomes an option. So they're willing to go down to 7. Willing to go down, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Hope. Go on, do it. You know you want to. You know you wanted to do that move. Go on, throw him in there. You know you want to. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so it gives me the option for the Make It Rain move. Kind of got to go for it right now, because him going up 3/3, it's not what I need to see. It's not what I need to see, so I need to go with it. Need to go, go, go. And that's what I'm talking about. One Egyptian gone down. They're really close to like leveling, but I've got to do what I got to do. Got to do what I got to do. Yeah, again, we're one turn away from Riptide. Just need some kind of damage spell, man. Obviously, I expect you to die. I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. But honestly, Golden Armor, I expect, because obviously they can grab you at the moment. Like, they could play another Renekton. They could play anything which has got more damage that can remove you. Together we are part of Who the Foo Who's. I guess we're going to go with the better health stat. I'm going to take a better health stat here. We can still throw down Jerry for the unexpected da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey! And, okay, Azir's command. They're getting close to, they're basically near enough leveling that Sun Disc, so, but Riptide Rex, we could just go forward with the elusive damage. Could go forward with the elusive damage and then go with that later. So, we definitely want to be trading off everything here. Because we want to be keeping our health stats somewhat okay, trading off all their options, and then just pounding the pressure forward again. So what we want to do here is just immediately attack forward. Immediately attack forward. Because they have to defend this 7 damage. I mean, that's the level. And so, the Emperor's deck, it's cinematic time, people. Expect to see some cinematic, but at the same point as cinematic, they've got to answer these things which are coming at them. They've got to answer. We've got to go. We've got to go. Admittedly, they've got another Azir and Renekton in hand. They do have another Azir and Renekton in hand, and we do know that. We could have technically, like, jerry-rigged because we've got an ability of... We could Mystic Shot their core first. Gives them the ability to develop, but then obviously we're going to be Riptide Rexing. Or we could go with the immediate attack forwards, whereby they've got the most amount of pressure to have to do blocks. Because if we do find Dreadway, obviously all this damage would have been doubled. So part of me is considering like maybe holding this back. Might end up regretting this decision, but it's a decision that I am making. So just to activate that Riptide Rex, and let's begin. Let us begin. So there's the Renekton. That's what I mean. His health, I guess actually his health stat is really big. I should have just gone. I should have just gone because his health stat, and obviously upon blocking, he immediately does a lot of damage. We need to find that Dreadway making boom, 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 boom. All of these doing 4 damage, meaning that stat line doesn't mean crap right now. I do apologize, Renekton, but that stat line is quite meaningless right now. We didn't even hit the one with Spell Shield. We didn't even hit the one with Spell Shield once, but we have removed the Emperor and his crocodile companion right now, and we do have the double attack, meaning that this elusive damage is still doing 4 damage on its own right now. I guess we throw down Jerry as well. Throw down Jerry because he's doing 2 damage. We go. I mean, we want to put Dreadway on the very end. We want to put Dreadway on the very end of all of this. So they can trade that, but you got all the damage in the middle. Shenamo. I don't think there's a way they can get around this. And obviously, they could have still had Riot of Negation, right? They could have stopped. All of those Riptide Rex shots could have been stopped by Riot of Negation. But Shenamo, I do appreciate anyone who plays the Ascended stuff. So honestly, GG. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I think that one of those games was streamed. The rest of them was filmed, which it separately. But honestly, it's a really funny deck. Even though it's a 21% chance when it does hit, it does feel amazing. It doesn't hit all the time, but there are, like I said, other options in that 8 cost slot. That's very nice. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as the fact that obviously if you haven't already considered subscribing, why not consider it? Help me get to my end of year goal of 5,000 subscribers on both here and Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, obviously one of these videos I think was streamed, so you can catch me on Twitch. Link down below on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, as well as the Discord link is down below if you want to get into the lovely community of people that we're making in there, as well as the fact there's a monthly games night and movie night. So why not consider these options, like I'm getting involved in building this lovely community that we're building around this channel. And honestly, just thank you all so much for the support. It always means so much to me. So I hope you have a great day. Until next time, bye.
Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.